Okay, I'm gonna finish wet sanding this. I decided to put one more coat on it. I wasn't happy with the initial test. You know, the test fit, but this one's looking pretty nice. So much better, and I'll be happier with this. So I'm just gonna wet sand it. All I have to get like just the flat parts here, and you know, places where it kind of came up a little bit. But other than that, it's pretty straight. So yeah, we're just gonna do that and buff it, and then of course we're gonna go over and work on the cowl right here and get this all done. And that way it's all done, out of the way. Well, I'm not gonna get done, but I'm gonna put the sealer primer on it, and then hopefully, let's see, maybe by the weekend, you know, I'll be able to actually paint it. So we're gonna do some more, a little bit of wet sanding, but get that sealer or primer sealer down, and maybe work a little bit on the body here. I just haven't gotten around to doing anything. So we're gonna do that. And with this one, because of the area, it's gonna be, if you get a block on here with these little grooves in here, it's just gonna really screw it up. So I have to be like extra careful when I'm sanding here. So that's why I'm just gonna kind of do it by hand and just kind of get some of the hard to reach areas, because I don't want to dig down too far. And I'm just barely touching it. So I don't want to get too deep. So see, it's already feeling much better, because it's really flat, like I said, to begin with. So yeah. So happy Valentine's to everybody. I'm gonna take my girl out to dinner, and I got her some flowers, and you know, some chocolate, strawberries. So we'll see if we can have a good night tonight. Don't move. And it was funny because when I was at the store, everybody's celebrating Valentine's. This Valentine's. I mean, it was packed. The florist was just, man, they were knee deep busy. I wasn't too worried about it, because you know, I just buy the flowers in the pack, and I you know, I do my own. So I don't need to have somebody put flowers in a vase for me, because all you're doing is you're spending more money than you need to. Yeah, this is gonna turn out good. Just a little bit along here. Everything's gonna have to be hand done on this one. No taking the DA to this, because if you take the DA to this, you're gonna hate life. So yeah, so overall it's been a really great day. You know, it's been pretty enjoyable. It's really nice outside. I mean, you can't complain. I mean, it's just been a really good day. We need more days like this, more happy days, you know? Because usually everything in the news is you know, negative and everything, and of course, you know. So today's going to be a good happy day. We're not going to talk about anything else besides good happy stuff. So, like Bob Ross always says, happy clouds, happy clouds. All right, so for this one, we're going to do 800 right at first, and kind of the same thing I did with my other cowl, because it has some grooves to it and everything. If I use a block, you know, it might put some more grooves in it that I don't like. The only block I can really use is this small one, you know, and it bends. So I'll use this just to kind of get the initial, and then I'll take a wet sand just with hand and do it from there. You know, so 800 should get me smooth enough for where I could get the what you call it, the other primer on the primer sealer. So yeah, it's just sticky one. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do for now. Get that. See, I mean, it's just, you can see that block just kind of takes up that whole area, so it's kind of really hard to get. So we're not going to get too crazy with this. Just get the initial, and then, like I said, come back and, you know, just do hand and sandpaper. But it's really, this is really flat to begin with, so it's going to be really easy. So I mean, I can already feel it, how it's smooth for the most part, so it's not going to take long at all. And we'll just keep this because we're going to work in this area. So we'll work down in this area here. So we'll just keep this for now. Okay, so while that's drying and I got this just set up there, I'm going to go ahead and start sanding some of these areas down. And then I'll come back and fill in with some putty some of the areas that need a little more attention. So still 800 grit. You know, some of the other areas I might go back down to 220 and then work my way up and then go like 400, whatnot. We're going to see what 800 does real quick. We're just going to go real quick over and see how well that does. And I might have to go a little bit deeper in some of these areas where I kind of screwed up a little bit. So then I want to go over with that putty glaze anyway, so that's why I'm trying to do 800, see what I can get out, and then do the putty glaze. And oh, I almost forgot. So, you know, a lot of people were saying that you need to adjust the door more, you know, to get these gaps. Well, the thing is there's these what do you call it, little wedges that you put in there and everything, and you can tweak the door back up, down this way and further in and out. The door originally, when I got it, was pretty smooth this way and this way, going all the way across. So I didn't want to adjust any of the door, you know, hinges or anything like that. All it needed was the gaps to be filled in a little bit better, because it opens, it hits the hinge just, you know, the hinge just right, and everything like that. So I didn't want to play around and adjust the door. Normally, you know, usually if you take the door off and that, you would have to do that. But where it's already painted black on the inside here, a little different color black, but you know, you're not going to be able to really tell. So we're just going to do the outside of this and we'll be fine. Like I said, driver type of quality of paint. But if I ever get rich, like I said, then they'll take every nut and bolt and, you know, redo it and make it just perfect. But that's if I get rich. And I don't see me getting rich. So anyway, but you can see this goes right across there. There's no issue, whatever, right there. It's nice and flat. So I'm gonna be very happy with what it is. All right, so overall it's pretty smooth. I see like a little tiny thing there. I'm not gonna probably worry about that. That'll sand out when I spray the primer on, but there's just a tiny little pinhole there, one right there, some scratches I'm gonna fill in with my glaze. So, and then of course this is where I bumped up against my pants. Yeah, made me mad. And fill in those. So I'm just gonna basically just go over it with a glaze now that I've got it somewhat sanded down fairly smooth, and then get all these, like I said, these little scratches and these little areas that we need to look at. Then after that, I'll move over to the other side and do the same thing. So that's probably basically where I'm gonna end. I might get that primer down on this, you know, and yeah, we'll see. So okay, all right. Whew. A lot of sanding, but this is ready to go to paint the sealer primer. So I'm gonna hit this side and do this, and I'll do the other side later on. It's getting a little dark. I want to be able to see what I'm painting, you know, what I'm hitting first. So we're gonna do that first. And all right, there we go. It has that primer on there. Got the primer up on here. We'll have to come back tomorrow and inspect it because it's kind of hard to see. It's a little dark. Doesn't look like it in the camera here, but yeah. But I think this will be ready. Well, and then like I said, we'll come back and inspect it tomorrow. But yeah. So then I'll be able to sand it all down front end and paint it. So I'm gonna leave off there. Too tired to even go over there and sand. So yeah, good enough for tonight. So yeah, oh, that's looking a little bit better. Yeah. Okay, I lied to you guys. So I just figured I'd plow through it. It really hurt, but that's all right. The side's done. You can't see it. It's dark in here. But, and for a future note, do not put black paint near the black primer, because I accidentally grabbed the black paint right at first. So this little stripe up here is black paint. Son of a bitch. Anyway, that's okay, because we're gonna sand it all down to that 800 you know, grit one more time and see if there's anything else that we've missed. So everything else is looking real good, and of course I'm gonna have to sand down all that right there, get that one more time, 800, and we'll be ready to go. So maybe this weekend, maybe Sunday, I don't know. We'll see. So yep. All right, now it is. Good night, guys.